Hello everyone and welcome to my Metru official channel. When Willow witnesses Sasha kissing Jason, Josslyn is prepared and armed for Cyrus. As armed Josslyn Jack's prepared to go to Cyrus Renault's hiding place, Willow Corinthos witnessed Sasha Gilmore Corbin kiss Jason Morgan, according to the General Hospital recap for Monday, February 17. Martin Gray located Willow at GH and provided updates on Elaine Smith's accident-related setback. Willow wanted to work out a friendly custody agreement with Michael Corinthos, but Martin still needed legal leverage against Michael. Willow thought Tracy Quartermain must have been the one who had her car relocated to the street after receiving a call about it being impounded. Willow was assisted by Mac Scorpio in resolving the situation at the police station. Anna Devane was also questioned by Mac about keeping Jason on the hook when she knew the DA would never follow up on the matter. When Jason was trapped in the interrogation room, Anna stressed that he could not pursue Cyrus. In order to bring Cyrus down, Elizabeth Baldwin paid Jason a brief visit and shared the evidence she had found with Lucky Spencer. In the end, Liz went to Anna's office and told her about several further Turning Woods victims that Cyrus appeared to have eliminated. In order to determine whether Digitalis was involved, Elizabeth proposed that Anna have the remains exhumed. Liz also acknowledged that they looked through Cyrus' trash and found 2 delivery boxes and an order for syringes. Elizabeth mentioned that the name on the order was Paul Damascus and that the second box was probably for Digitalis. Liz encouraged Anna to look into the matter and attempt to track down Cyrus' order after pointing out the biblical allusion. The chain of evidence had been broken, Anna said, and she didn't seem to think she could do anything about it. Anna agreed to work on catching Cyrus since Elizabeth emphasized that something needed to be done before he struck again. Sonny Corinthos informed Carly Spencer at her home about the custody agreement he and Ava Jerome had struck. Carly had doubts about Sonny's intentions, but he kept his heart condition a secret. Carly mentioned that Drew Quartermain was promoting the idea that Jason was Sasha's biological father. Jason hadn't discussed anything with him, Sonny acknowledged. Sonny proposed that Jason should approach them instead of Carly, regardless of the veracity of the story. When Trina Robinson entered their flat, Josslyn concealed the paper while using her phone to search up the address Jack Brennan had provided. Since Josslyn was still mourning Dex Heller, Trina expressed anxiety about leaving her alone on Valentine's Day and wanted to prepare supper with her. Freestar. However, after Kai Taylor asked Trina to the Savoy for Valentine's Day, Josslyn persuaded her to go. After Josslyn was alone herself, she pulled out Dex's gun and got ready to go to Cyrus' hiding place. Curtis Ashford discussed his worries about Drew's alignment with Jen Sidwell with Laura Collins in her office. Curtis was also concerned that Jordan Ashford was purchasing what Sidwell was offering, but Jordan eventually arrived and corrected her plan. He knew he was going into a difficult situation as soon as Drew arrived. Drew, however, pitched the idea of relocating the Esplanade to Sonny's property and opposing criminality. Curtis, Jordan, and Laura were worried about this idea because it would incite Sonny's wrath and lead to a lot of additional issues. After telling Mac that she was at the PCPD to see Jason, Sasha had a private conversation with him in the interrogation room. Sasha acknowledged that she told Elaine her due date so Willow would easily discover out she became pregnant around the time her relationship with Michael soured. Jason recognized that Sasha wanted him to come out and declare the baby his own since he couldn't let others believe it was his. Jason was in favor of intensifying their deceit, but shortly after, things took an unexpected turn. Sasha gave Jason a big kiss after whispering for him to follow her when she noticed Willow was observing from a distance. The kiss shocked Willow, and Mac was appalled when he witnessed it as well. Cyrus, on the other hand, called to learn that Liz had left the hospital for the day. Cyrus left his hiding place on a mission after loading a syringe with a Digitalis. We'll share our predictions for the crazy news that lies ahead since General Hospital spoilers indicate that the Cyrus story is ready to explode up. Charlie Besso joins GH as the love interest of Tobias and Aiden makes his debut. According to General Hospital teasers, Aiden Weber's love interest is set to make his debut as Charlie Besso has joined the cast as Tobias. Let's talk about Besso's much-anticipated character before his debut on Tuesday, February 18. Aiden came out to Elizabeth Baldwin in December 2023 by confessing his feelings for Tobias, a kid from his science class. Fans have been speculating about Tobias's potential on-screen appearance ever since. Fortunately, Charlie Besso's selection for the part means that it's finally happening. Besso is a relatively new soap opera star, although you may recognize him from Will Trent, The Night Agent, Fallout, and The Calling. Princeton's in the Mix is a short film that the new GH star also finished. In that production, Charlie Besso portrays Teddy, but we should discuss his debut performance as Tobias in greater detail. Aiden will be able to present Tobias to his parents at the ideal moment, as it is still Valentine's Day in Port Charles. Elizabeth and Lucky Spencer will undoubtedly be very supportive of Aiden's romance because they will be present to meet Tobias. Liz and Lucky could think about how proud they are when Aiden eventually leaves with Tobias to enjoy their date night. That Aiden has enough faith in his parents to take the risk of introducing his partner is fantastic. Tobias and Aiden appear to be getting along well, which is fantastic because Aiden will soon need someone to rely on. Tobias could have to help Aiden get through a serious family catastrophe that is about to happen. Our forecasts indicate that Lucky will become entangled in the danger when Cyrus Renault targets Liz in her own house. When Aiden receives updates in the aftermath, you can bet he will be appalled. Don't miss any of the next drama because according to General Hospital spoilers, Aiden might try to console Tobias. Josslyn joins the WSB and goes after Sidwell's son in an attempt to defeat the villain. According to General Hospital teasers, Josslyn Jax is being recruited by Jack Brennan for the WSB. She discovered that Cyrus Renault had killed her boyfriend, Dex Heller, in order to test her after he left her breadcrumbs. Brennan believes Josslyn has the potential to be a WSB agent, and he will eventually bring up the topic with her. She might be hesitant at first, but she might come to believe that this is a wise move. Particularly if Brennan offers her a second trial in order to find evidence in a case. Josslyn Jax comes to a choice. Josslyn will discover that she enjoys her job and takes a decision that will change her life. She will leave PCU to work for Brennan in Port Charles as a WSB agent. Brennan will be overjoyed, but Carly Spencer, her mother, might not be. Carly doesn't think the WSB would be the best job choice for her and will worry about her daughter's safety. In addition, she would not want her to leave college early. Like her mother, Josslyn is stubborn and mature enough to make her own decisions, which Carly will soon need to adjust to. Josslyn may need to go underground and beg Carly to temporarily conceal her relationship with the WSB. Josslyn Jax should assist Jack Brennan in taking down Jen Sidwell. Brennan will now be on a quest to eliminate Jen Sidwell, who is currently causing chaos in Port Charles. Brennan's plan to stop Sidwell would require Josslyn's assistance. Aloy Sidwell, the son of Jen Sidwell and Natalia Rogers Ramirez, will be moving in at the same time after recently arriving in Port Charles. Brennan will urge Joss to approach him so she may learn as much as she can about Sidwell. Josslyn will discover that she is genuinely drawn to Aloy after doing precisely that. Joss learns important information during the process that can aid the WSB's efforts to stop Sidwell, but will it be successful? What are your thoughts? Will Josslyn join the WSB, in your opinion? Will she be asked to assist Brennan in taking down Sidwell? Will Josslyn approach Aloy in an attempt to thwart Sidwell's intentions for Port Charles? Does she have the ability to stop Sidwell? One of Port Charles's most surprising yet captivating plotlines is the developing romance between Cody Bell and Lulu Spencer on General Hospital, which intertwines themes of betrayal, atonement, and emotional rebirth. This tense connection, which is loaded with outside problems, represents a significant change in the love landscape of the program, appending established patterns and opening up new storylines. This article explores the development of Cody and Lulu's relationship, the factors that fueled it, and the repercussions it had on Port Charles. The basis of the relationship between Cody and Lulu. The bond between Cody and Lulu started out as an odd alliance based on vulnerability. Lulu was left adrift in a world that had carried on without her when she woke up from a years-long coma brought on by a devastating explosion that left her with fractured memories and emotional detachment from her previous life. Her ex-husband and child's father, Dante Falconeri, had remained by her bedside for years, holding out hope for a reconciliation. Lulu's post-coma mentality, however, disapproved of this story. Rather than rekindling old feelings, she found herself drawn to Cody, a near stranger whose presence was free of the burden of unresolved history. 6. The attraction was equally surprising to Cody. He was emotionally disoriented and looking for meaning after a terrible breakup with Sasha Gilmore, who, astonishingly, turned out to be his half-sister as a result of Holly Sutton's manipulation of DNA findings. His first function as Dante's devoted buddy, assigned to keep Lulu company while she recovered, developed into a closer bond as he became her confidant and provided judgment-free empathy. The authors skillfully used high-stakes situations to compel closeness, positioning their relationship as a slow burn. Their cooperation on a mission to save Charlotte, Lulu's daughter, from peril, for example, put them in potentially fatal circumstances and promoted mutual trust and dependence. Through these shared struggles, Cody was able to shed his image as an intrusive outsider and show a protective, moral side that connected with Lulu's need for security. In the meantime, Cody's search for atonement following years of love failures and familial alienation mirrored Lulu's post-coma journey of self-discovery, which was characterized by frustration over her lost memories and a desire to remake herself. Challenges and outside conflicts. Conflict is necessary for any soap opera romance to succeed, and Cody and Lulu's relationship is no exception. The biggest obstacle right now is Dante, who is emotionally unstable due to his sadness over Sam McCall's passing and residual remorse over previous betrayals. A poisonous mixture of jealousy and resentment has been stoked by seeing Lulu's developing bond with Cody, a man he once thought of as a brother. One spoiler suggests a violent altercation motivated by unbridled rage, but Dante's anger also shows itself in clashes that threaten to destroy his friendship with Cody. This tension is exacerbated by Lulu's ongoing inability to understand how she feels. Although she values Cody's unwavering support, she is also plagued by jumbled recollections of her past with Dante, which causes an internal struggle. Their journey is made more difficult by outside factors. A risky game of cat-and-mouse 6 results from Cyrus Renault, the local crime boss of Port Charles, viewing Cody and Lulu's alliance as a danger to his kingdom. They are forced into morally dubious situations as a result of their attempts to defend Charlotte and shut down Cyrus's operations, which puts their commitment to one another and their values to the test. Furthermore, Lulu unintentionally fills the hole left by Sasha's sudden departure from Port Charles, following the news of her pregnancy and the aftermath from her romance with Cody, raising questions about whether Sasha's impending return could rekindle old flames or widen already existing rifts. Fan responses and storytelling possibilities. Fans are divided about the relationship, with some praising its novelty in contrast to Cody's earlier forced proximity storylines with Sasha and Molly. The timing, however, is questioned by those who contend that Lulu's emotional distance from the world after her coma could diminish her agency in the relationship. Even said, critics have been won over by scenes that highlight Josh Kelly and Alexa Haven's on-screen chemistry, especially their ability to strike a balance between sensitivity and wit. Many viewers have praised the pair's electric relationship. The authors have hinted at a number of intriguing possibilities for the future. Although Cody and Lulu's union isn't confirmed, their plotline fits with the show's pattern of utilizing matrimony as a catalyst for turmoil, and the 2025 teasers allude to several weddings in Port Charles. A marriage may make Cody face his fear of commitment, which has been a recurrent element in his storyline, and it might make it difficult for Lulu to balance her new identity with her responsibilities to her family. Furthermore, there is potential for shocking disclosures that could destroy their relationship, because Holly's DNA tampering and Sasha's pregnancy remain unsolved mysteries. Character development and thematic resonance. The story of Cody and Lulu's romance is fundamentally one of second chances. For Cody, it's a chance to show that he's more than just an outsider and that he's a valuable partner and guardian. In stark contrast to his previous recklessness, his choice to support Lulu even as Dante's animosity grows shows maturity. The relationship represents Lulu's release from the confines of her pre-coma identity. By selecting Cody, she embraces a future free from the tragedies of the past and exercises control over a life that was previously shaped by her responsibilities as Charlotte's mother and Dante's wife. Themes of loyalty versus desire are also explored in their interaction. Lulu's effort to strike a balance between her newfound freedom and her obligations to her family is reflected in Cody's emotional dilemma, as he is divided between his devotion to Dante and his affections for Lulu. Their encounters are enhanced by this duality, which adds emotional depth to even the most ordinary situations. For example, as Cody struggles with whether to disclose his feelings and Lulu considers how much of her broken past she wants to recapture, a straightforward conversation at Kelly's diner takes on a subtextual quality. Elizabeth Weber's uncompromising position. For many years, Elizabeth Weber, a committed nurse at General Hospital, has been a source of courage and empathy. Because of her dedication to her patients and the welfare of Port Charles, she is frequently targeted by individuals who wish to disturb the peace in the community. A persistent enemy who has attempted to infiltrate and take control of the hospital's operations is Cyrus Renault, an infamous criminal lord who presents himself as philanthropic. Elizabeth's resistance to Cyrus's schemes became more vehement in recent times. She took preemptive steps to protect the hospital and its employees after realizing the harm he presented. Her disobedience was not ignored, though. Being a vengeful person, Cyrus targeted Elizabeth since he saw her as a major hindrance to his schemes. A terrifying encounter at Elizabeth's house was the result of the stress. When she got home, Cyrus was waiting for her at the door, threatening her. Implicit threats pervaded the exchange as Cyrus attempted to coerce Elizabeth into complying. Elizabeth stayed resolute in spite of the obvious danger. With unyielding resolve, she faced Cyrus and made it plain that she would not be intimidated or silenced. Josslyn Jax's brave struggle. Josslyn Jax, a strong and determined young lady, started her own pursuit of justice concurrently with Elizabeth's experience. Her intense desire for vengeance was sparked by Cyrus's murder of her close friend Dex Heller. Josslyn's sorrow turned into resolve as she looked for proof that would reveal Cyrus's wrongdoing and result in his prosecution. She found a remote cabin as a result of her inquiry, which she thought was crucial to Cyrus's plans. With a mixture of determination and rage, Josslyn entered the cabin and painstakingly looked for evidence that would implicate her. But her valiant effort took a dangerous turn when Cyrus abruptly showed up, taking her by surprise. Josslyn was left exposed by the unexpected encounter. Her previous resolve was now mixed with fear as she confronted the man who killed her buddy. Intertwined destinies and collective fortitude. Despite being different, Elizabeth and Josslyn's experiences serve as a metaphor for the larger conflict in Port Charles. Both ladies, motivated by their own beliefs and a strong sense of justice, resisted a powerful foe, demonstrating the town's tenacity. Their encounters with Cyrus demonstrate not just their individual valor but also the interdependence of the community's struggle against evil and corruption. Following these incidents, the people of Port Charles came together, and their solidarity made them more determined to defend their own. Elizabeth and Josslyn's bravery acted as a spark, encouraging others to stand up to the widespread dangers posed by individuals such as Cyrus Renault. Since his debut in 2020, Jeff Kober's character Cyrus Renault has been a powerful force in Port Charles. Cyrus, a drug lord with a facade of charity, has skillfully maneuvered circumstances to integrate himself into the community, frequently while posing as a good guy. His recent attempts to volunteer at Turning Woods and General Hospital were calculated attempts to gain legitimacy and control over the town's medical facilities. But when these efforts were unsuccessful, bitterness and a desire for vengeance grew. Rebecca Herbst portrays Elizabeth Weber, a devoted nurse at General Hospital with a long history in Port Charles. Elizabeth, who is well known for her moral strength and unflinching commitment to her patients, has frequently found herself at conflicts with those who jeopardize the integrity of her workplace and the welfare of her loved ones. She has been a major obstacle to Cyrus's plans because of her professional and personal resistance to his infiltration of the hospital's activities. The argument breaks out. The tension between Elizabeth and Cyrus boiled out during a covert meeting in the hospital hallways. Enraged by his exclusion from voluntary work and the decline in his power, Cyrus tried to scare Elizabeth into complying. He cornered her in a remote spot, his expression alternating between barely veiled menace and pretended sympathy. It's disheartening to see my sincere attempts to contribute to this community met with such resistance, Cyrus said in an inauthentic tone.